I'ma walk on the beat. I eat my plate and it make me obese. I been pushing lyrics like a kingpin. And when today we got them.
Hey.
Olaf.
What's up, bro?
What up, though? How's everybody doing today?
Super
Doing
good.
great.
Yeah?
You good?
I'm phenomenal. I wore red, so I'm kind of like,
love red.
you know what I mean? I'm not angry, but I'm just
That's
excited.
black
I'm
Air
full
Force
of vigor.
Ones. I get you a pair of black Air Force Ones for that.
For the anger?
For the anger.
Yes. Okay.
It means you're angry. You
Black
business.
Air Force Ones is
Black
the symbol
Air
for
Force
anger.
Ones.
Okay,
Low
cool.
tops,
I like
low
it.
tops.
Back in the days
High
when I was a
tops,
kid,
you ready to fight.
When I was a kid, if you were ready to fight, you wore high tech boots.
If you're ready to fight,
Yeah.
high top black Air Force Ones.
When I was a kid, if you were ready to fight, you punch somebody in their.
Yeah, that's
I'm just saying.
Right. and you know, and if you're in jail, then when you're ready to fight, you got to put on your boots. You don't want to fight in your slides and shit be sliding all over the floor.
Place, yeah.
You want to
No
lace
traction.
your boots up. So whenever somebody says lace them up, that's what they talking
It's
about.
on.
Yeah, they put a punch in your shit.
we were talking.
Were we 8 seconds in?
Are we?
Did we beat the threshold?
Did we?
Fuck. Oh, not again. I keep doing it. I'm sorry. I got a filthy mouth. I'm not doing it
okay.
intentionally. The shit's. I'm ready. I'm ready today. What we got
I'm
going
just
on?
happy it's not me.
Well, we was talking off camera like we always do, and we were talking about touring, and I was saying the legacy artists are doing a great job.
Phenomenal job.
Phenomenal job.
Trick
at
Daddy, Rick Ross, those guys, right?
Jeezy and all them. They're
Juvenile.
They're doing really well with
Bootsy.
ticket sales and touring.
Looks like the millennials have money. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what we said. You know, do you know why? And that was my segue
Why,
into it
Kingpin?
because we're the people that invest money in the artists, the
boomers and the millennials.
boomers and the millennials. Those are the ones that have the extra income. Those are the ones that want to get out and go to the shows. Those are the ones that know
And
how
it's
to use.
nostalgia. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
a
there's
part of their
something-
childhood. Absolutely.
I had a phone call with a friend this weekend, and we talked for 90 minutes about New York, the club scene, and it was just like I got off the phone like, oh.
But also, it
There's
has to do with the way
something
people
nice about
consume
nostalgia.
music. Is when was the last time you seen somebody sleep outside of a building for somebody's new record? They don't do that.
They don't do that
more.
anymore.
Because you can go like this. Boop, boop, boop.
But that's assuming that you
Especially
have
this
a
right here.
paid subscription, because then you're using a free service, and when you boop 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 at the bottom, it tells you you're granting us permission to add or remove songs from your playlist, to like or remove songs. It says that at the bottom. Don't take my word for it. Click on your United Masters link, bozo. Click on the one they gave you with your song, and when you click on it, it's going to tell you at the bottom, hey. Before you use this service to add this song, just know this is all the stuff that we could do. So how many of these kids, how many of these young brothers and sisters, how many of these middle-aged brothers and sisters have the resources that they're allocating to these premium subscriptions? That's why Tidal is doing a great job of incentivizing that, to where if you're an artist and you're dragging people over here, and after they listen to you, they're going to listen to somebody else, we'll give you a chunk of that premium subscription. So I think that's a great way to entice somebody. But again, we're talking about artists that have an established fan base.
Yeah.
And I think that's what worries me about some of these young brothers and sisters, is that you got a hot record, you got a hot moment. Does your team understand the importance of infrastructure building and fan servicing?
Fan servicing.
Because if not, there's going to be no connection. There's going to be
Got to go
servicing.
direct to fan.
Yes,
The
fan
fans are
servicing
what
is
matter.
very, very
Yes.
important. It's giving them the stuff that they want where they go look for it at.
Yeah.
It's making sure that it's available.
Where they consume it.
Where
Exactly.
they consume it. It's making sure it's available.
Yes.
It's prominently displayed. It's packaged and presented properly.
Yes.
Fan servicing, that doesn't happen anymore. And the ones that still service fans, the ones that still take time, the ones that still take time to interact with the people that they are trying to make their army, those are the ones that are flourishing and being successful. And you know what? Those are the ones that when they fail, it's more of a lesson than it is a loss. They failed, but because of their community, because of their fan base, because of their team, they learned what they did wrong and why their collective efforts did not achieve the result that they wanted. And I think that's super important, is finding that community, not only the team, but finding that community that's gonna, okay, man, you put out a bad project. We love you. What else you got?
Exactly. I call them super fans.
Yes. And
Fanatics.
a super fan has to become
Yeah.
only after they spend a little bit of money.
But don't you guys think like the digital age has created a lazier fan base than more of the legacy artists, which had to physically go out and physically go to radio stations? And remember, the outlets were very few, and a lot of these legacy artists were the first of their kind.
I can't agree now. I'm gonna tell you why. No other point in history and time had fans been able to make themselves celebrities off of another artist's artistry. And what do I mean by that is that you have fans that are, a lazy fan is somebody that listens to you when it comes across their table. In my interpretation of a lazy fan, somebody that's getting up, looking for your music, looking for your lyrics, sharing it to their timeline, finding songs or videos that they can relate to them and share them via reels and stories that are trying to use your music to capture a moment and then convey that. That's not a lazy fan, because as an artist, how difficult for you is it to do that with your own music? Now, for somebody who doesn't know all of the stuff that went into creating that song, doesn't know any of the ramifications or the consequences of that song not being successful, but just enjoys it and loves it and is putting forth all that energy into it, I don't think that's a lazy fan. I think we've given the fans, technology has given the fans more options, and it's made it so that you can no longer be mediocre. There's not just 20 people dropping rap albums. There's 20,000. And if you want to stick out and you want to compete, then you have to invest in your time and in your fans. And I think that's what the cheat code is all about, is we're not telling you not to do it. We're telling you to do it. Just make sure that you're protecting yourself, because the last thing you want is a super fan who's ready to spend money and buy your merchandise that you don't own and buy tickets to shows and music. And then somebody else is making the money. So you weren't ready for that super fan.
Yeah.
So did it really help you? Because
or they can't get anything. You're not doing shows. You don't have merch. So they're a super fan that can't support you, and they find another artist they can support.
That's right.
And by the time you're ready, it's too late.
They're gone. They're gone in the wind.
Yes.
Somebody else came and took their
attention.
Technology has not made us lazier. Technology has provided us with the information that we need to win or fail. It's a tool, man. And most people would rather use that tool for entertainment than education. And I think that's where the problem is. At one point in time, hip hop music, the urban culture, we educated within our entertainment. And now we just entertain.
You know what I think is awesome, and I think you'll share this as well. For me, entertainment is education. And I think it is for you too.
Yes.
Like, we really enjoy getting to know how to do something better.
Yes.
We want to be the best we can be.
Absolutely.
And that's how we spend our free time. And we're really fortunate, because most people aren't that.
No. Right.
Most people don't want to dissect and do better. Most people are just content to come home and play video games, or hang out and smoke weed, or whatever people do.
That doesn't make them lazy.
No,
that makes them complacent.
Makes them different.
Yeah, it makes them complacent. Well, different.
I would like to interject and say,
we're just driven by education.
Remember, like, they're getting off their normal day job, and then this is
correct
a vice for them, right?
Correct.
So it's I see what you're saying.
But this is my when I'm not doing something, a task relative to my day job, when I am not, even if I'm not doing it, I'm still involved in some way, shape, or form, because this is consuming me and this is what I want to do. So it behooves me to learn everything that I can to do it at the best, so that I can ultimately be able to take those moments, so that I can want to be able to take a few weeks off if my wife gets pregnant, and understand that the world is going to run, the business is going to run, bills are still going to be caught up. We're able to do those things. And if we don't have planning and we don't have information, man, listen, if there's one you're going to hear say it one time, we're going to say it 1,000 times. Just get your shit right. Put out as much music as you want, but you get your business together. Who are your fans? Who are you making music for? Why are you making music for them?
Right.
What type of music do you make for them? When you make the music, how do you feel when you make the music? What does the music make you feel when you listen to it? What does the music make it? All of those are questions that you should always be asking. And it's okay if you don't remember to ask them all, Rari, on the first go round. That's why we keep tabs, so that we know what questions we forgot to ask the first time around. We can ask them the second time around and improve. That's what we're talking about doing. And these legacy artists now have been afforded an amazing opportunity to where they can go out and tour without having to put out any recent records, because people like us can access our phone. and say, oh, I like this song, and this artist just jumped on a remix for an older, man, let me go back and find Bootsy old record. Oh, Bootsy just did a new song? Let me go back and find this old one. And when you go back and look for it, it pops up on your Shazam and says, Bootsy's gonna be in concert at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. And you're like, what? Bootsy Fest is coming around again? And that's how it's working.
And you can buy a t-shirt before you go.
Man, so that's
So when you
how
get
it's
there, you
working.
have it on.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Now I'm parking. I'm walking up and I'm dealing with the other Bootsy fans. What up, though?
We're a community.
And now it's
a
think
community.
about those days,
Yes,
man.
it's
Think
all about community.
Think about parking lot before concerts when people used to tailgate at
Travis
the
Scott does a
concert.
good job of that.
Yes.
Travis Scott,
Yes.
a lot of these Rolling Loud does a good job of providing a platform where
Yes.
you can come and consume music. So, Something in the Water, Americana Fest. There's a bunch of platforms. What's the one they have here in Atlanta?
One.
One music
One music
festival,
fest.
right? A3C comes in. They always bring a plethora of artists. So there's a whole bunch of outlets. But as an artist, are you prepared? How many of these artists
Not many.
talking? Let me talk to the artists that are on the panel for A3C. Don't direct the anger at them. Direct it at me. How you announce that you on the flyer, bozo, and I can't find your artist date nowhere on any of your platforms? That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Right.
Why not? Why not advertise that you just got booked to come to this music conference so that somebody who may like your music or like your business acumen will want to invest time and resources in coming to this? That's how it works.
Yes.
It doesn't work any other way. And if you think it works any other way, you're in for the long ride. You're going to give up everything that is owed to you because somebody got to get paid to do it right.
I also think that they're looking at what a big artist, and we've talked about this many, many episodes ago. They're looking at a Lil Uzi have only 4 posts on his page, and they're imitating that, not realizing he has a fan base that is ready
Of
and
millions,
waiting
multi-millions.
for his music.
Yes.
You can't do that.
No.
So
You
No,
have to
that's not how you
consistently
build
promote
community.
and put out dope content.
Yes.
Go ahead, Kingpin. I know you got.
that baffles me. How you can have one of the biggest business marketing tools in the world and you only have 4 posts on there. But does he really need to use it? I don't know. Maybe if he used it more often, he will have the #1 reigning record for the rest of the year. If you only use it, if you could speak to 30 million people and you've only spoken to them 4 times, my boy, somebody around you, not you, Lil Uzi Vert, not you, superstar artist, not you, independent artist that is trying to find a way and not be lame and still be cool and convey your message. I understand what you're trying to do. I want to talk to the jackasses, the donkeys that you got sitting around you. They didn't bother to tell you that that wasn't a good business idea. Nobody bothered to tell you that we could make some money. What if he posted, instead of 4, made 8 posts and 4 of them were for t-shirts, and then told his fans, hey, anybody who buys this t-shirt, I'm pumping 100% of the proceeds into this new independent artist from Philadelphia. I'm taking 100% of the proceeds of all of these 4 t-shirts we sell for the rest of the year, and I'm pumping them into the boys and girls school clubs in Philadelphia. That's what we doing. But no, because that's too much like fucking right, bro. I told you I'm wearing red today. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood to address the bullshit that goes on every day in the industry. And then these people get on here and they watch us talk about it and they say, yeah, you're right, or yeah, you're wrong. But get mad like I'm mad about it, man, and demand change, bro. Because it's not the artist. The artists have to worry about artistry. It's the people that surround the artists. Those
I
are
think
the
sometimes when an artist has extreme fame, the people around them change a little bit and they become yes men. I'm not talking about Uzi Vert. I'm talking about when somebody gets to a superstar level like an Uzi Vert, Eminem.
He is a megastar, by the way. And congratulations on that #1 album.
Yes,
Finally.
absolutely.
Finally.
Absolutely.
Yes.
First rap
Absolutely.
#1 album.
No,
Yes.
the first #1 album deserved this year for rap. There's just so much more than just the first #1 album, and deserved.
Absolutely.
Good job. Kudos.
Absolutely. But I think sometimes the people around them change a little bit and they're afraid to say no and they're afraid to say you shouldn't do this because they see the success and they figure, oh, well, if you got here, you must know what you're doing. But you know what's even harder than getting here? Staying here.
there.
It's the hardest shit in the world
Right.
to keep succeeding. And you don't realize that until you have to do it. Because not only do you have to keep those fans that you already have, but you have to attract new ones at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do that.
Of course, because it's like you're having to
And you
keep
can't
one
do that with
person
yes men.
entertained and welcome in the new flock of people. It's one of the main reasons we love going to college campuses on promo runs.
Yes.
Because it's a fresh revolving door.
Yes.
Out goes the old, in comes
Comes
the
the
new.
new.
19 to 25, it's
Yep.
a fresh, like
And
a
we
pool
get the
filter
feedback.
for us. We
Yes.
get feedback
And we
it's
get the
constant
feedback
for us.
on spot.
So
And they have nothing else to do.
that again, and that's where I say I don't blame the artist, man. I blame the team that's around them.
Yeah.
Because somebody's got to be thinking about that, bro. Somebody has to be thinking, and if somebody's not on payroll thinking about that,
And I think that's another part of it. Like somebody on payroll is trying to stay on payroll. They don't want to get fired and be replaced by somebody. And when an artist is a superstar, they now have access to all of the
best of
talent
the
pool
best.
in the world. They can
Yeah.
hire whoever they want. And I think people are nervous to do what's right. And they shouldn't be, because a yes man has no value. If you look at the careers of people that are successful and have stayed successful for decades, they don't have yes men around them. They have people around them that started with them and have the wherewithal to say, that's not a good idea.
Right.
I wouldn't do that.
you know, as an artist, people were always telling them to mind your own business and never follow somebody else's lane. So I understand the whole mystery and mysteriousness, or being aloof on social media and wanting to give away some and wanting to look cool and, you know, attractive. And I understand that allure for an established artist.
Yeah.
But until you get established, you just playing dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you're a professional, you playing professional. Until you're a mom and dad, you playing house. And until you decide to commit to this, and once you start doing those things that you know have to get done, everything else falls into place, bro.
I definitely think it's a yes man thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. A yes man thing, and,
Agreed.
and
I see it all day, every day.
and a not emboldened enough to push the limit thing.
Yeah.
It's not that a lot of people don't want to lose their job. A lot of people don't want to take nobody else's fucking job. And that's the goddamn problem. You're afraid to take something that somebody ain't doing something with it. If they don't want to eat, get your ass away. I'm going to put it on my plate and eat it myself. We got to stop thinking that these people that are in the way, that's all they are, bro, is in the way.
In the
And
way.
They're stopping these young brothers and sisters from being able to change their world.
Correct.
Their immediate circle, their 300-400 people. Just seen what LeBron James did with the house, where anybody who comes to the school gets an apartment, Wi-Fi. What?
It's kind of a
Why is that
no-brainer.
not on the front page? Why
kind
does
of a no-brainer.
He's not
It's
talking
too
about
nice.
that?
Yeah.
Why is not ATL uncensored?
'Cause it's too
And
good.
I love these
It's too
platforms,
nice.
and I watch all of these platforms, and I'm not targeting you out specifically, but your major platforms with a voice. Why isn't nobody covering this, bro? Why isn't that such a big deal to you?
Because it's good.
Because it doesn't get the clicks.
It doesn't get the clicks. What you're supposed to do doesn't get the clicks.
I've been talking about it to anybody who'll listen.
It's the reason why we're not going our shit is not growing as fast as it should. If we were talking about demise and like gossip and shit like that, I'm telling you,
Started.
Not willing to do that.
I want to educate and I want to empower. That's
Same.
it. If I can be entertaining in the midst of me losing my shit, if y'all can find you a little chuckle in that and it'll keep you sticking around to see if I do it again, beautiful. That's not why I do it. This is who I really am. I really talk to my peers and my brothers and
who you
sisters.
are.
If I love you and I care for you, then there should be no filter. I should not have to watch what I say to you.
Correct.
I'm not being disrespectful to you.
No.
I'm being angry at the goddamn problem that all of us are guilty of.
You
And
love
if
people
we-
enough to help them.
That's
You
all I
love
wanna do,
people
man.
enough to help them.
I promise you, that's all I want to do is I want to help somebody
Yes.
win. And in the process, win myself.
There you go.
Chico, you bitch.
Itty bitty.
Cheat code.
Get 2 mugs. 2.